Miriam's struggling with her phone.
I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. And I muted my phone before we started. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. And they're especially handy when you are working all day Saturday, doing service and weeding in the garden and crawling around and installing
Dripping
batteries.
in sweat. Dripping in sweat.
Be sure.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track, so thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Indeed. We got Deborah in here, and
Hey, Deborah.
Storm Chasing Gal is here as well. Says, why didn't you announce last week's live? So for those of you who... Anyway, we didn't announce it last week because it didn't come out until Wednesday morning.
Yeah, sometimes we like to do them on Tuesdays so that we can show them on
Yeah,
the
coconut
live
cream
streams,
pie.
but it just depends on how quick we've got it ready and
Whoops.
everything.
Wrong
I'm not
one.
here anymore.
I'm showing the how the sausage was made. Now, going back to the homepage.
What are you
Scroll,
doing?
scroll, scroll. There it is, coconut cream pie.
Coconut cream pie, and it is yumsies.
It is yumsies.
It's so good.
Yeah. So, new flavor.
Yep. If you didn't hear,
It's available now.
it's still available.
And I'd like to point out, as it says here, did you see the new flavor? Keto Chow
Words.
coconut cream pie.
Words.
That was one of the most requested flavors we've had in a while.
Yes. And
And it's
we've been
Absolutely a result of customer
Waiting.
feedback.
so thank you for telling us what flavors you want.
Indeed.
Also, it's the last day to get fall flavors.
Yes. So the
So,
fall flavors will be
grab
unavailable
them.
tomorrow. If you want to have them out of season, this
Yep.
is your
They are
final
already
warning.
close to sold out. So
So eggnog, pecan sticky bun, gingerbread, maple waffle, and pumpkin spice caramel won't be available until later this fall. And if you have any of these flavors in your subscription bundle, your subscription will renew without them
yes.
after tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, the subscriptions will renew on as they do every day. So the subscriptions for the 15th of the month will renew.
Yeah.
But for the subscriptions from the 17th of the month and on, those won't be included. You won't be charged for them. They won't be included. So
Yep. So you'll want to go add something else to your subscription, like coconut cream
absolutely.
pie.
All right.
Or chocolate peanut butter, or chocolate toffee.
Kathy Ray
vanilla
says,
cream.
hope your cornea isn't scratched from that flying question earlier.
Oh yeah, so you posted that video?
Which one?
The one with the where you throw the
yes.
questions. Hello. I thought it was okay. I had
I thought it was
a
fun.
little bit of a red face in that video for some reason.
Yeah. Well, and like it said, I put the link on there. We finally did get the quick questions and
Yes.
autocomplete video published. It's pretty
Oh
awesome.
yes, and that's the one where we were throwing stuff and I hit Chris in the face with the
I
paper.
was like, ah!
It was an accident, although it was funny.
I haven't had a damaged cornea since my senior year of high school when I
Uh-huh.
welded without a mask for just a couple seconds.
Which is dumb.
And I got radiation burns on in my cornea. And
Mm.
I thought that I had metal shavings in my eye.
Because that's what it felt like.
That's exactly what it felt like. So my mom took me to the eye doctor, and he said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. No, he said, next time you weld, make sure you're using proper eye protection. You have radiation burns.
There's a reason why you have eye protection.
Well, I was just setting up the weld,
yeah.
and it sparked a couple times. Because we had a really terrible welder, and I didn't know how to weld. So,
Okay.
But I got to wear sunglasses the rest of the day at school.
Wow, that's so cool.
Anyway, Storm Chasing Gal says, got a bottle of skinny syrup and coconut. Ooh, there we
Yeah.
go. Happy Passover to everyone who is
Yes, happy
celebrating
Passover.
that. And yeah. Reese's says, my order arrived yesterday. I made a shake, and some
Cake.
egg pudding.
I like
so
a
far, I
cake.
find the flavor very mild.
It is mild. It's mild. Use it with butter. It tastes a little
Or
stronger.
melted coconut oil.
Then it's super stronger because
Yes.
it's all coconutty.
Deborah also really likes your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Andrea is
My
here.
kids got this for me for Christmas.
Closing Darkness is here. And Raggedy Ann says hello from Virginia.
Hello. Hello.
Nancy's here. So is Lori. Says howdy,
Hi,
howdy.
Lori.
Patricia got coconut cream
Hi,
today.
Nancy.
And Shari says hello.
Hello.
Amy's here as well. Loves the new flavor. Andrew says I
Thank
got
you.
my order of coconut cream pie. Have to try it
Hooray.
soon. And Patricia ordered fall flavors today.
Nice.
Indeed. Supposing Darkness says, Dustin says, because Chandra likes it, so it will be canceled.
That's just how it
That's
happens,
just how
right?
it works, right?
Isn't that just how it goes? Those are my favorites. Black licorice. Peaches and cream.
Cindy says, oh no, the fall flavors. The problem with the fall flavors, so when we introduced like the eggnog and the pumpkin spice caramel, the intention was for those to be available year round because I am a bit of an eggnog snob. Really like it.
A little bit.
And so I wanted it to just be available. The problem is the sales of those
Flavors.
are extremely seasonal. Like
So we might as
they'll
well
be chugging along
keep it
and then
where
they
it needs to
fall
live.
off a cliff. And we actually got to a point one year where we ordered enough to keep them what we thought was year round. And we actually ended up having to throw some away because
it was sad.
lasted multiple seasons.
It was too sad.
And it expired. So because of that, we started doing limited edition or seasonal, if you prefer, flavors where they're available for a certain time of year when they tend to sell really well.
Yeah.
And then we sell out of them. And then the next season we order more so that they can come back when people actually want them.
But also gives you an opportunity to have the freshest stuff. It's not just sitting in the warehouse.
Correct.
So that's better for everyone.
And since then, we also figured out that these will last 5 years. So the stuff didn't actually go bad or wasn't past the best by date.
Yeah, that's true, because they would have been 3 years old at that point.
So my point is, if you want some of the fall flavors of the seasonal
Grab
flavors,
them now. And
grab them now, and they'll still be good for another 3, maybe 4 years. But
Or 5.
well, the ones that we're selling right now were ordered in, I think, August of 2024.
Okay. Ordered doesn't mean received.
Well, they were received in stupid November.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You can't really. You can tell by the date. The date will tell you.
Well, Kim's making some of the 2KK pudding recipe.
Oh, that sounds so good. I want to do that too.
Dustin says, how crazy that Chandra likes coconut cream pie.
So crazy.
Am I saying it wrong? Is it Chandra or Chandra?
Chandra.
Chandra?
Chandra.
Do I have to plug my nose and say Chandra? I mean, is she going to smack me?
Yes.
Kathy says, love your strawberry shortcake shirt. You got that for Christmas?
Yeah. I got it from
And
my
you got
girls.
a backpack, didn't you?
Yep. And Ruth was showing me wallets the other day. She's like, I wanted to just buy it for you, but then I'm like, I probably should save my money. I'm all, that's probably wise, since I do have a wallet already. And it does have a strawberry on it.
Yeah. Danielle says, I'm so excited about the coconut cream pie flavor. I've always asked for coconut flavor.
I'm telling you, we made it for you.
Keto Simple likes your strawberry shortcake too. I was established in 1979.
Samesies.
Except Keto Simple was, he's after me. He's not Gemini, he's Cancer. So he's like from the 21st on of June. How lame is that?
Oh, so he's older than me. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Old
he's
man.
way younger than me.
Old man.
By 2 years and like 3 days. Supposing Darkness says, be careful of coconut oil because you might be in the bathroom a lot. It depends.
But it is kind of nice to know something you can depend on if you need to go.
Adrian is here.
Hi, Adrian.
Serena says, I had my first coconut cream pie shake this morning. Delicious and favorite new flavor since blueberry pie.
Yay.
Mixing with chocolate core for tomorrow morning.
That's what I want to
Miriam,
try.
have you tried that flavor?
That's what I need to try.
Miriam,
I
we actually got
know.
some chocolate core
Yes.
the other day.
And you know what? I've been drinking Keto Chow. I've had 3 this week.
Well, so let's talk about our road trip that we did yesterday.
Okay.
So what we needed to take our new trailer to go and think about what it's done.
Yeah.
We're having solar panels installed. Normally I
So
would have done
cool.
that myself, but the place that's doing it, they put a racking system across the top
Yeah.
so that the solar panels are just above like the air conditioners, so you can completely cover the top with solar panels.
I can't wait to go camping.
Super nerdy, whatever. So we needed to
Glamping.
take it down there, but it was a like a 4.5 hour drive down, more like 5.5 hour drive, and like a 3.5 hour drive back, because we could go 20 miles an hour faster on the way back.
I don't think it was that big of a difference.
I could look it up, but anyway. And we were talking about what we could do for the road trip.
Because we had just been on a road trip getting the fifth wheel in the first place, and we had a couple of kids with us, so we were making sure like we made lunches and we, were prepared for everything. But then it's just us two. We could do whatever we want.
So there were two big options.
Nothing. Fasting, which we considered considerably a lot, because we actually used to fast all the time when we went flying. And it kind of made me want to do that again. And
simplifies things a lot in your planning.
Yeah.
When you just don't have to eat. The problem is if it's more than just us two, especially if we're traveling with carb burners, they get hungry all the time.
Yeah, they sure do.
It's really funny.
So
where were we the other day? And Sam's like, "Are we going to eat something?" Can't remember where we were. And I'm like, dude.
Oh, yeah. I guess you want to eat food.
It was really funny.
We don't.
Poor kid.
I have food. I have storage right here. Yeah.
But on Sunday morning, I made
a lot of Keto Chows. They're half gone.
Keto Chows.
I had one for dinner.
Mostly chocolate peanut butter with some chocolate. And so you just loaded some of those into a cooler.
Yep. I put 4 in a cooler and a couple of Jellos, which you didn't eat any of them.
I was driving.
I had some, and a couple of peanuts. And
I guess I could have done with a straw. Anyway.
And then a couple of diet sodas.
Yep.
And that was it. So we had a cooler full of drinks.
It was really nice to have a Keto Chow while we were driving, because chocolate peanut butter. It's been a while since I've had a shake chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah, me too. A long time.
And I was able. It took me probably an hour to slowly drink it down, because I'd take a sip and then I'd just sit there swishing it around in my mouth.
And then when you're driving, you subconsciously don't want to drink, just so you don't have to pee all the time.
Except we found that we'd do better if we're adulting. Let's just stop.
We don't care anymore.
It's fine.
It's like when I don't know, a few years ago, it was like, okay, 12 hours, we can make that in one day if we stop twice.
Yeah.
And then we had the little tiny bladders, and now we have these old people bladders, and it's like, you know what? Who cares? Stop at an hour and a half at a rest stop. It takes 2 seconds. Go to the bathroom, get back on the road.
I've found that I get less fatigued driving if we are stopping every hour and a half or 2 hours.
Yeah. Because even just walking around for 2 seconds.
Also, when we're pulling the trailer, the cruise control's at 65. Period. And I really want to get one of those bumper stickers for the back of the trailer that says, "Go around." If it was meant to go fast, it wouldn't be shaped like a brick.
It's funny that you said that. I have been dreaming about this sticker for like months. And I'm all, how do I tell Chris I don't want that sticker? How do I tell Chris not to just make a sticker that's really gross looking that says, if it's shaped like a brick? I'm like, Yeah, so
I haven't gotten it.
I don't really want one of those.
Okay, that's fine. I'll laugh about it in my head, though.
It is funny.
I'm funny in my head. Did you know that?
You know what? You're funny in real life, too.
I laugh at my own jokes all the time. Anyway, let's see. Deborah says, "Me coconut cream pie in whipped heavy cream made, I'm assuming, and made a mini pie with speculoos crushed cookie crust."
Oh, that sounds so yummy.
Adrian says, "My coconut cream pie is amazing. My entire family loves it."
Yay, thank you.
Donna says, "Good evening. I received my order of coconut cream pie this afternoon. I'll be making some tonight."
Hooray.
Gloria is here.
Gloria.
Sean says, "It's been so long since I've been able to catch a live." Well, welcome.
Oh, yeah. How are you?
And Bob made one of his last pina colada with coconut oil.
Oh, man, I miss that flavor.
On a 90 degree day.
Man, it was like 50 something today.
It was kind of cold. It was weird. Cold. It's actually 70 now. I think it's warmer now than it was earlier today.
It is.
Let's see. Marie says, "Anyone else waiting to last minute on filing taxes?" Our extension is already filed.
Yeah.
I did help all 6 of our children.
Thank you.
File their taxes, all of them, because they're below the they all make
They make
below
a pittance.
the standard deduction, so they all get everything that is withheld back. Technically, what they should be doing is claiming no taxes deducted, so that they don't have anything taken out, so they don't get a refund. That's actually a better way to do it.
They should actually just work more.
Yes, but in a perfect world, you shouldn't ever get a refund because you managed it correctly.
Right.
So you're not giving the IRS a free loan.
Yeah. Well,
But it's a good forced savings.
It's fine.
Yeah, we when we had twins starting off, we didn't have to pay federal tax for a while.
Yeah.
Because we had all these deductions.
These babies.
And if you're gonna have twins, have them in December.
Right. Because
So
then you
get
got it for the whole year.
Anyway, but yeah, I used to try and get our taxes done like the very first day.
Oh, I
could.
know.
It was like
As soon as you got
January
that
23rd or something like that.
You got it done.
I was doing it because I wanted the refund. And now it's like we're filing extensions.
I don't want
and
to.
we're turning it in on September 12th.
Bummer.
And because we have all this weird stuff that we
It's
have
so
to do
weird.
with cash balance plans and employee
And inventory.
beneficiary.
You have to pay taxes on all your inventory.
It's dumb.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so did we have this in? No, we didn't have this in
No,
stock.
we just got this.
Yeah, but we had to pay tax on all the stuff that was sitting on our shelves.
Yep. Which
December 31st.
is a lot of stuff.
Jennifer says someone will likely come up with a coconut shrimp recipe with a new flavor. That does sound
Yes. Will you please? And then tell it to me, please.
good. Okay, Shauna says, I was happy to have my rewards money from here and got some new flavors and a large bag of my favorite caramel macchiato.
Yeah.
GGB says, hello, beautiful.
Hi.
Savannah is here.
Hi, Savannah.
Good evening. Thank you for making a new flavor. You're welcome.
Yay.
Storm Chasing Gal wants to see your shoes.
Oh, they're boring today. Boring grandma shoes, but they're super comfy. And I had to go take Sam to soccer practice, so I just slipped them on real quick.
Andra.
I was right. Chandra.
Okay.
You can say that.
Yeah, I can say Chandra.
No, you can say you were right.
Oh, you were right. I was right.
Thank
you. Shari's here from Tennessee.
Hey, Shari.
Bubbles likes the Hello Kitty and strawberry shortcake.
Thank you.
And just as hardly anyone says it correctly. Yeah, everyone
Chandra.
calls us Blair.
Yeah, that's okay.
Noel, Noel, there's Noel in Bear.
It was so funny. We were at like a restaurant or something, and we had to get our name called, and they said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Chris." And Rick's like, "Why'd you say Chris?" I'm like, "Because I say Miriam, and they don't know what it is." And then they're like, "How do you spell that?" M-I, what?
F. Is there a J in that?
Yeah. But she's like, "I usually say bear like the animal." I'm like, "Yeah, but sometimes they get confused anyway." Because then you have to say it twice. Bear like the animal.
They always want to know
like
how to spell
bear.
it. It's like, it doesn't
matter
how to
Just
spell
spell it however you want to spell it. Because I know when I tell it to you, you're not going to know that bear. So that's fine. So I just said Chris. She's like, what?
Amy says, I'm having to buy single packets for the next month because we're going to Florida and I need to pack meal options in my suitcase.
I love having the single packets in my suitcase.
Sandra says coconut is awesome.
So awesome.
We took a bunch of the single packets with us on our trip to Indiana. And we were able to mix those up, and I was drinking those when we were driving as well.
Which we haven't done that in a long time on a trip, but it was super nice to just have them. So we've got blender bottles in the new fifth wheel, and we had our butter, and we had heavy cream, and
I used up some of the
fast.
butter we bought on that trip today.
Oh, good.
We're down to like
Yeah, we hardly used any of it.
5 sticks of butter, by the way.
Well,
John says at least
we
you're
should
able
go
to
to
put
the
on the
store.
license plate. I was.
Yes.
And you took a picture and you need to send it to me. By
Oh,
the
I
way.
can do that.
Danielle says carb burners. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Kathy says, can you actually use peanut butter as your fat? You can.
Yeah, you can.
I would recommend using a blender though.
And you want to like melt it like you would butter, probably.
Yeah, and be aware it has a lot more carbs in it.
Yeah.
So
you could do half butter, half peanut butter.
Storm Chasing Gal wants a matching coconut salty.
Oh,
Interesting.
yummy.
Trey says, do carb burners like Keto Chow as an option for quenching hunger?
Yeah.
Our
Yeah,
oldest
our kids
son,
do.
Max, I think
He'll
he's
drink
drank half of the ones that are in the fridge because he feels better when he drinks a Keto Chow a day.
And you know what's funny? You know, they identify as carb burners. But Max will go most of the day without eating. And then when he does eat, he eats meat more than anything else, except for when he's at school or with the other kids. So I would say he gets into ketosis multiple times a week.
Yeah.
And then he just has he's so young and he's so skinny. His metabolism is super fast.
It's probably easy for him to get back into.
Yeah. So I'm not as worried about.
Does he need a well-formulated ketogenic diet right now? No. But he's not dosing up on insane amounts of carbohydrates. For our kids, it's more of a treat than anything else. It's the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah, and they do pretty well, eating pretty well. They just, I think it's part of a rebellion for them to just eat something that we don't really want them to eat.
Yep. And they have a lot less acne when they stick to mostly carnivore.
Yep.
Savannah wants to know, can you put 2 scoops of Keto Chow in a blender and double the fat to make 2 shakes in one blender?
Ooh, that would be really thick.
Well, unless your blender is large enough to accommodate
in the
water
blender.
volume.
Sorry, I was thinking that you were saying the blender bottle. I'm like, that's a thick shake.
So, and to your point, what we usually do, Savannah, is we will do 3 Keto Chows at a time in a big, giant 64-ounce blender. And then we split it into 3 containers afterwards.
Yeah.
That way we can do a bunch at a time.
And the Ninja Creamy, we do 4.
4 at a time.
So it has a little less water.
Yeah, so you can totally do that. You could even mix it up, put it into the, split it into the containers and then add water to it.
Yeah.
If your blender is not that big, but it's really hard to mix it that thick. Anyway, Amy says, is gingerbread a fall flavor? Yes, it is.
Are you sure it's not a Christmas flavor?
Well, it is no longer available after tomorrow. So how about that?
Okay. I love gingerbread. You know what I love gingerbread as? A Ninja Creamy.
Supposing Darkness wants to know, said, I just accidentally ordered the wrong subscription. Can I email you to stop? You can, and I'd recommend you send an email, but I'd also recommend
Call
tomorrow
first thing in the morning.
At 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 8 a.m. Mountain.
They'll be open.
Give us a call.
I mean, we'll be open, not they. The customer service team will be here, and they will be able to answer your
Meg
queries.
says, I made chaffles today using cake donut. I like it best as chaffles. Speaking of which, we have had several people recommending a funnel cake flavor.
Oh.
But we can do even better. In the description of this video is a link to Chris Cooking Nashville's recipe for funnel cakes using the classic cake donut.
Can you
Keto
make
Chow.
me that tomorrow?
We need some beef tallow in order to do it properly.
Do we not have beef tallow?
I used it all up.
How?
Because last time I made a triple batch of the funnel cakes.
We have some at Keto Chow.
Oh, you know what? We do have some of that stuff. Okay, I was thinking of the beef tallow that I made last time I trimmed a brisket.
Oh, you were thinking of real beef tallow?
We have, yes, we do have the Chicago packing Wagyu
Which we
beef
should
tallow.
use it if we have it, right?
Yes.
So
I think
then
you
we
should
use
make it because
You know what? I'll make you an omelet.
the problem is we get into these where this recipe belongs to this person. And it's not just me, it's you. We both have these recipes and it is the other person's recipe. And can you please make that? Why don't you make it?
I don't want to make it. I want to eat it.
For the longest time, the pumpkin sausage soup was my recipe.
Yeah, but
you've
then
made
Max made it.
times.
I've made it quite a few times. Max has
Anyway.
made it quite a few times too.
Yep. So, but classic cake donut as a funnel cake
So
was
good.
absolutely nuts. And if you
So
can
good.
use beef tallow to cook it, you don't realize it. But a lot of the flavor that you associate with donuts and funnel cakes is the beef tallow
Yes.
that it's fried in. And it's nuts how much that adds to the experience. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Anyway, Serena says 2KK had the coconut shrimp and chicken recipe with pina colada. I think I'm using coconut cream pie. And I think originally that recipe was for orange mango.
Oh, yeah, I think it was. I like that flavor.
Amy wants to know what flavors of salty are in the Ultra variety. Every single one of them,
I don't remember.
Except for the
Clean Slate?
Citrus Splash.
Oh,
So
is Clean Slate in there?
yes, it is. Okay. So we can go here to Electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
We can actually just click on any of these and it'll take you to the page.
Balance electrolytes for everyday awesomeness.
Cherry Chill is out of stock, by the way.
Yeah, why'd you click on that one?
And if you click on Ultra Variety, and you click what's included.
Groovy grapefruit, cherry chill, zesty orange, booyah berry, endless summer, mondo melon, stoked mango, lemon lime twist, cocoa loco, caramel vibes, clean slate.
Now here's an interesting, funny thing. Cherry Chill, it's in the Ultra Variety. It's also in the Fruit Variety, which is right here.
Yeah.
The difference between the Fruit Variety and the Ultra Variety, the Fruit Variety doesn't have the chocolate caramel, and the clean slate.
Yeah.
As of the recording of this video.
Right.
But it does have more of the other ones to make up for it. And Cherry Chill is also in this one.
Yeah.
It's because we ran out of the bags that the stick packs go into.
Yeah, so we're not out of these other two bags because we still have cherry chill. We just don't have it for
the individual
its
ones.
own 1 30-pack.
And my understanding is we should be getting the bags for Cherry Chill like in the next week. Like the next 7 days or so. And then we'll be able to put them back in stock. So, yeah. We did not anticipate that Cherry Chill was going to be the clear winner of the 3 new flavors of salty. We actually all assumed, based on the taste tests we did beforehand, that the Groovy Grapefruit was going to be the clear winner.
Right. I agree.
And Cherry is just wiping the floor with everything. Except for the clean slate.
Yeah, clean slate's still killing it.
Of all of the individual 30-count bags, that's a single flavor, clean slate is the top seller.
It takes the cake.
And next is currently Cherry Chill.
That's so funny.
Shari says, I used to give out the name Schwarzenegger when I was in my 20s, just to make people lick. That was kind of fun.
I love it.
Nancy says, a 64-ounce blender. Yeah, well, because our Vitamix...
Yeah,
it comes with a kind of tall, and there's a video. It's mixing up Keto Chow like a pro. I actually strapped a GoPro to my head.
Makes you a little dizzy.
And demonstrate how to do it. So I mixed up 3 at a time in a blender to make shakes, 4 at a time in a blender to make Ninja Creamies, 1 at a time in a blender bottle to make shakes, 1 at a time in a blender bottle to make creamies. Just kind of all the different ways that I make Keto Chow. Nancy says, I love gingerbread too. Any more peppermint? Peppermint actually didn't come out this year.
We didn't.
There was a problem with the flavor, and it never made it out of testing. And when we got to late December, we're like, this isn't going to happen this year.
Yep, it's not.
Let's work on it for December of 2025. And we still haven't gotten it in yet. In fact, Holly's been asking them about that, and they haven't replied to her. She sent 4 emails now.
That's funny.
I think they're putting it off. I don't know.
Hey, guys.
Amy says, I accidentally ordered the wrong subscription too, but I'm just going to let it ship.
That's not too bad.
Kathy says, is there a video on the funnel cake? There is. So down in the description.
It's on Chris Cooking Nashville's channel.
Yeah, and he does an amazing job.
He's great.
Yeah, so in the description of this video, there's a link to Chris Cooking Nashville's funnel cake video. Nancy says, are you guys going on a low-carb cruise to Alaska?
Yes.
We are indeed.
You're going to, Nancy. I'm so happy.
Jennifer says, I've got 14 pounds of beef tallow. I'm about to make Hyder Alton, my moisturizer.
Oh, nice.
Evelyn says that's what we do too, certain recipes for certain people.
Yep.
Hubby usually does all the meat. I do appetizers, sides, and desserts.
Nice.
Marie says a pineapple would be good with the Cherry Chill.
Yeah, it would.
had a bunch of people request we do a pineapple. Keto Simple says, just wait until grape comes out, and we do not allow Miriam to even taste it.
What? Grape is not allowed.
You will not be permitted
We're
to even
not
try it.
having grape. Don't even
Dustin thinks we're
talk
going
about
to.
it.
Sean says, I like a
Dustin's
combo of
not
cherry
invited.
chill with zesty orange. I have never tried that.
Cherry orange.
Yeah, the cherry and the orange. I've tried cherry and the lemon lime twist, the new one.
Yep.
I've tried cherry and, well, cherry. I understand the chocolate and the zesty orange are really good together, but
We've tried watermelon and mango together.
We have tried watermelon and mango, and that was surprisingly
good.
Yes. Nancy wants to know, is clean slate unflavored?
Yeah.
And what's the difference between that and the liquid drops? So, yeah.
That's a good question.
The clean slate is unflavored. It's unsweetened. It's actually surprisingly similar to what we're now calling low K. So if you come in here to Electrolytes, well, we'll just, no, it's not sweetened.
There we go.
So the low K formula and the clean slate, as far as the amounts
Of sodium, magnesium, potassium.
yeah, so the clean slate, you might be able to see it, is 968 milligrams of sodium, 408 of potassium, and 178 of magnesium. The low K
Look how happy he is.
is really, really quite high.
Yep. 447
In
sodium, 45 magnesium, 73. Oh,
Yeah.
I said it wrong. 45 potassium, 73 magnesium.
And looks like we need to update this because it
Whoa,
says fasting drops.
drops.
That's the old name for it. With a serving
those
size of
cute
1
icons.
tablespoon, that's
They're
how
so
much was in there.
cute.
So, yeah, the clean slate and the low K are quite similar. There's more potassium in the what we're now calling the hydrate, which is the electrolyte drops. But there's just different, I guess, mixes. See, this one's, it's almost half sodium and half potassium.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Also, that section needs to be updated on the website.
it does indeed.
Samesies.
Let's see. Sandra says, I love the grapefruit. Cherry. Tastes like cough syrup.
There we
Cherry's
go.
hard. Joe and Rachel were saying this on Monday, which
Yeah.
we were listening to as we were driving.
While we're driving.
That it's so hard to get cherry right because it just tastes, it either tastes like cherry or it tastes like cough syrup. And a lot of that depends on your experience.
Yep. So true.
Keto in the Midst says groovy grapefruit is my number one. I was surprised. I like
Yes.
cherry chill. I can't use the grapefruit until I come off one of my pregnancy blood pressure meds.
Oh, wow.
It has contraindications with grapefruit. And
Yep.
yeah, the groovy grapefruit does have actual grapefruit in it. Nancy says, I'm a peppermint expert.
Oh, she'll taste test it for us. Okay.
I found some 2-year-old peppermint
You did?
today, and I made Ninja Creamies out of it.
Thank you.
I also found some
want to eat that.
extremely old root beer float that was in packets. I made some Ninja Creamies out of that.
Nice.
And then I made 2 full batches, 8 Ninja Creamies out of eggnog.
Wow.
I'm
That's a lot of eggnog.
I'm really looking forward to it. So, and what else did I make? Pistachio.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
I
cute.
made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4. I made 20 Ninja Creamies.
That's a lot.
Today while I was watching Chris Cooking Nashville with Chris and Ashley.
And you know what I was doing?
Painting?
Painting and making little things out of clay.
When the big hand is pointing up and the little hand is pointing down, the scare floor will be
painted.
No, it'll be empty. Anyway, Storm Chasing Gal wants to know, are the Pina Colada singles almost gone? I actually don't know if they are.
Possibly.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Tamara wants a pineapple, and Jennifer's on Team Grape.
Oh, Jennifer.
Bubble says NutriBullet has a 64-ounce pitcher. Keto Simple says I'll sneak into the Flavor Factory and make it at night when no one's in the office. Savannah says vanilla cream and zesty orange was amazing, by the way. Tasted like a creamsicle.
Yes,
So I remember you were asking about that.
That's a good idea.
That sounds like a great mix.
That sounds amazing.
Risa says peppermint is a favorite. I still have 5 packets.
Nice.
Jennifer says, anyone tell you the bottle looks like liquid paper at first glance? It actually, the rendering of these guys, kind of does.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
Good times.
John says pina colada would be amazing instead of just pineapple, and definitely grape. Yeah, and for Keto Chow, we do have pina colada, just not for salty.
Yep.
Serena wants pineapple electrolytes and peach.
Oh, yeah.
Peach to me is the Bear family reunion high C drink mix.
That was a peach flavor?
That was peach flavored.
I don't remember high C having
I have
a
a
peach.
very strong memory about this.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then after drinking it, my cousin and I, we went over to the irrigation pond, and I kicked behind the boat that he was in and paddled him around the lake.
That's so fun.
And when we were done, I got to go back, and my mom picked leeches off me. Good times. Good times. And then,
How old were you?
I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10.
Wow.
And then, because it was the Bear family reunion, they had a giant pool that they filled up.
That didn't have leeches in it.
No leeches. It had about 2 or 3 inches of water in it.
Wow.
And then they dumped in a couple hundred rainbow trout.
In a pool? So it was just rainbow trout?
A giant pool. Like, the pool was about 50 feet in diameter.
And it just was full of fish?
Yes.
And you could see them and there wasn't any water?
We're bears. How do bears catch their fish?
With their bare hands?
With their paws.
So you got, like, real fish?
They were real fish.
And you jumped in and grabbed the fish?
It was freaking awesome. We all, like, they did it by age.
You could do that again.
They did it by age.
So the little ones
The little kids got to go in first. And then the bigger kids.
What
and then
do you
the
do?
bigger
Everybody
kids.
takes some raw fish?
No, well, we would clean after the festivity was done.
Wow.
We cleaned the fish and we cooked them, and that was dinner that night.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a big family reunion. There might have been 400 people there.
Wow.
This was on the Carlisle Ranch up in Star Valley, Wyoming.
So cute.
Anyway, very vivid memories. So for me, peach is associated with strong childhood
With
memories.
leeches and fish.
Yeah. But it's fond for me.
Yeah.
That flavor of peach,
Yeah.
which is why we did the peaches and cream keto chow. And for
Yeah.
me, we nailed it. But a lot of other people were like, it
Yeah.
tastes like perfume
Grandma's
my
perfume.
grandma wears.
Well,
Okay.
that's what happens at a reunion. You just drink that perfume flavor.
Nancy says, which formula of liquid electrolytes or clean slate is best if I'm plagued with headache and leg cramps?
Magnesium.
The magnesium. So now, well, and for that matter, the salty electrolytes have quite a lot of magnesium in them.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're going to do, I'm just going to click this relaxing. There it
Oh,
is.
look how cute.
There's the relax.
The purple will
Excuse
make you
me.
relax. Look at, she's all relaxed.
So, and in the electrolyte, in the relax, we do have capsules. Oh, which we're out of.
Yeah, you forgot again. After this, go back to Keto Chow and get some.
I probably will.
And get some boxes for my dad.
When we are out of these
Yeah.
for more than like
Couple
2
days.
days,
Yeah.
I start to get leg cramps at night. We made this product.
This is
For
for me.
us.
Except we haven't changed the label on that one yet.
Yeah, we're not going to, probably.
We
not for a
are
while.
Going to
we have a lot of
when
them.
we get them.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But the thing is, the magnesium,
Yeah.
which is relax,
It's so
very
cute.
concentrated magnesium.
It's so cute. It tastes horrible.
It tastes like fire. It's
So bad.
It's bitter. It works
so bad.
really
It
good.
works so good though.
So good.
Guys. And the liquid works faster than the capsules.
Yeah.
Because you just quickly absorb it. Anytime I don't feel good, I just
Yeah,
put
but
it
for
in
headaches and leg cramps, that is the stuff.
And I like to use the straw trick, right? I get a drink of water with a straw or whatever drink I have, put the magnesium down the straw, drink it real quick, and then it'll be followed up with water or whatever you're drinking, and then you won't have the gross taste in your mouth very long. That's the trick.
Yep. Exposing Darkness wants a margarita keto chow or salty.
Wow.
So the citrus splash,
It's pretty
a lot of people
margarita-y.
say is like a margarita.
Yeah.
Savannah says, I'm sad since I'm new and I didn't get to try the root beer
sorry.
float or chocolate malt. Root beer float,
It's over.
it's over, unfortunately. It just didn't sell well enough, which is sad because I really
it's
like the root
Chris's
beer float.
absolute favorite because he loves root beer.
Chocolate malt, just you wait. Henry Higgins, just you wait. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Don't you remember when she does that in My Fair Lady? She's like, ha ha ha. She puts her hands up. It's just crazy. Anyway, I watched that in my AP English class.
Just you wait.
As soon as we took the test, the teacher was like, all right, we're watching movies for the rest of the year. Because nothing we do in this class matters.
Yeah, because it was the AP test.
Now that the test has been taken, we've got like 3 weeks of school. We're watching movies. Anyway, I think that was the first time I'd watched My Fair Lady.
Really?
In that class, yes.
Oh, we should watch that with the kids.
Kathy
sure
says, do you
Sam
have a
hasn't seen it.
designated Keto Chow only fridge? No, but there is
We
an
do
old
have
fridge that's in the...
An awful lot of keto chow in one fridge.
that's in the garage.
The entire door has all these sections, and it's just always full of keto chow.
Well, it wasn't full when we got back from our trip.
That's because it was empty.
But there's also, right now, in that fridge, there's a pound of pulled pork.
Yeah.
There's 10 pounds of
Ground beef.
4 slabs of pork baby back ribs,
my baby.
and a big giant thing of bone-in skinned chicken thighs.
Yeah. So we've got some.
So it's mostly a
meat to
meat
eat.
and keto chow.
Yeah,
fridge.
we also keep butter in there. And
do
sugar-free
sometimes, yeah.
Jell-O.
Keto Simple says white peach zero sugar liquid IV is pretty
Oh, okay,
tasty.
that's cool.
It also has maltodextrin.
It does the
yeah,
sugar-free
totally.
one.
Yeah, liquid IV has quite a lot of.
It's
It was a dark.
It's that. The flavoring would
Yep.
have it, right?
Savannah says your Miriam's laugh is so
you're
cute.
so nice. Thank you.
Exposing Darkness says a margarita creamy would be awesome. Amy says we decided in my live we need nacho cheese and Cool Ranch savory keto chow to make nacho chips. Use the beef soup base.
Yeah, or use the chicken.
Yep. We tried just for kicks to make like a cheese flavored or like
Yeah.
a cheese and broccoli.
And it is difficult to do cheese.
It was terrible.
It's so easy to get cheese, but making powdered cheese is just not as good.
We tried a French onion as well.
Yeah.
And what works better is use the soup bases.
And just make it into a French onion soup. That
Yes.
sounds so good right now, huh? French onion.
Joe said that when they did their most recent cruise,
Yeah.
by the second or third day, the maitre d', the server,
Yeah.
realized that they had a bunch of people who were going to want the French onion soup without the bread.
Okay.
And started making special French onion soup just for their group
Wow.
that didn't have the bread in it.
That's so
It
awesome.
was really cool.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I was seeing Debbie posted about the low carb cruise, and
Yeah.
and one of the things she said was, it's not a restaurant. It's even though it is a restaurant, like
Yeah.
they have all of the food specially ready for it, and you do order what you want, but
Yeah.
she suggested take the food as is and then just leave stuff on your plate.
Yeah. Because
So.
I suspect that what they're doing is taking it off.
Yeah.
Like they're taking the pre-made plate and putting the steak on a different plate and giving you that one.
Yeah.
Nancy says, if relaxed tastes terrible, how do we consume it? So the
straw trick.
Also, what I've done a lot of times, if I'm in a pinch, is a little bit of water in a cup with some of the magnesium.
Just shoot
Shoot
it
it
real
down,
quick, have a little bit
water.
more water, shoot it again.
Yep.
Like
as
just
fast
get
as
it
you can.
down and then you'll feel better soon. And yes, it tastes horrible.
Yeah.
It tastes so bad.
Now here's the thing.
So bad.
Okay, we're being probably overly dramatic about
No,
how bad it
it's
tastes.
truly bad.
It's not gonna kill you, ruin your childhood bad.
Yeah.
It's just like Wow, that tasted like medicine.
It doesn't even taste like medicine.
Wait for it. Okay, and we are back.
Ready?
Anyway, so we may be being overly dramatic about the taste of the liquid electrolytes. That is why we made the capsules, because then it doesn't taste like anything. But the liquid, if I have a really bad headache, I'll typically go for the liquid instead because I need something
Now.
fast.
Yeah.
And yes, it's not the best tasting thing, but it's not really any worse than like, I don't know, licking a penny. Which, why would you do that? But yeah. Supposing Darkness says, is chocolate malt canceled also? Nope. I do not have a sufficient...
It is not a fall flavor, is what she's asking.
Well, it's not currently available.
Oh.
Chocolate malt isn't.
Speaking of chocolate malt, do you guys want to see? This is a clay fish I made. It's so cute.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't have a good answer for you right now, Exposing Darkness, about chocolate malt. So,
except
this is
for
me being deliberately evasive.
Sing the song that you just sang a minute ago. Just you wait, Henry Higgins.
Henry Higgins, just you wait. The rain in Spain is mainly on the plain. Jennifer says, I recently had to drink a bottle of magnesium citrate. They use tons of sucralose to hide the flavor.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yucky.
And he says, that's why I named my kitty Audrey Hepburn. I think I swallowed a marble.
Yeah, because she's holding them in her mouth.
That's a fun movie. Speaking of fun movies.
Yeah.
Oscar. With Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei, Tim Curry. Came out in 1991 or 1992.
I don't know.
Such a good movie.
It was good.
It's insanely good. You have to turn on the subtitles because you have to catch the jokes. Like, it is so good.
It's so funny.
What's in the bag? What else? Bag money! Anyway, sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, whenever we watch Oscar, I think of, oh my gosh, My Fair Lady.
Okay.
Because he's a elocutionist,
yes.
right? Elocution
Professor
teacher.
Poole teaches elocution. Roscoe the rum runner rubbed out Rocco the rat for robbing his rum running receipts. Anyway, Nancy says, when you make up so many creamies like you did today, how do you make them up in the machine? I can never finish a pint, and I have trouble rebounding and making it soft again. So I just make it and take about an hour to eat it as a meal.
Yeah, and you know what? If I ever get full, I just take the time to make it flat again, and then just stick it back in the freezer.
And then run it again. Well, actually, sometimes I don't even run it again.
You can just pull it out of the freezer.
Yeah, I just pull it out of the freezer.
Depends on if you do it that
and let
day
it sit
or
there for
or
like
later.
an hour or so.
Yeah.
And it'll slowly defrost or
Thaw
soften
a little bit,
up. Yeah. And usually that's what I do is I just let it soften up. Tracy says, late to the party again, still looking forward to orange cream, hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
Just you wait, and again, just you wait. We really got to watch that movie. Amy says, talking about refreeze half of it, it's able to spin the second time.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, when you do respin it like that, it'll make a bunch of powder on the top.
Yeah, so you can just push it down with your spoon.
Smash it with a hammer. Bubble says French onion, more onion as noodles, and Swiss cheese.
Yum. Yum.
Chandra, did I get it that right time? Chandra. Ran off with a hot coconut cream pie keto chow. We were testing some new batches the other day during a meeting, and somebody drank almost an entire
I wasn't the
keto
only one who
chow.
was after that flavor.
It was hilarious.
Guys.
But you, that definitely got your seal of approval, huh?
It's so good. It's bad.
Andrew the Gold Digger's here.
Hey, Andrew.
How's it going? And Evelyn says you'll have to get more Dustin. There you go. Jennifer loves your fish. Rush says, if I had a really bad headache, if I had $1 million. But not real. Oh, that's cool. Spencer says, do you guys have seasonal flavors for all the seasons? So last year we did spring favorites. And then we also did fall favorites.
Yeah.
So tap, make it big. There you go.
Do you want to see the picture I painted too? Oh, it's hard to see.
You have to turn down the brightness a
Wow. It's fine.
Anyway, so we typically have in the past have had new or returning flavors in the spring and returning flavors in the fall. But Bubble says, what day is the last day for winter flavors again? Tomorrow. So after about, I'd say 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern time, tomorrow you will no longer be able to order the fall flavors.
Yes. So order them today. Or
Keto
tomorrow,
Simple says,
early in the morning. Early.
Keto Simple says, as summer approaches, I need to order more Clean Slate. And as soon as grape is available, I'll drop so much money on it. Drop it like it's hot.
Gross.
And Dustin says they're talking about a deep cut movie like Oscar. I've not heard about that movie in like 30 years. See, the thing is, in my family, that's not a deep cut movie. Growing up,
what does deep cut mean?
Like, hardly anyone's ever heard of it. Like, from the B-sides of records.
Yeah, you're
and things
probably
like that.
right.
But it was not a widely popular movie. It had more of a cult following.
Which was apparently us. You showed it to me the day I got my wisdom teeth out.
That was the first time I ever held your hair when you threw up.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You did not react well to that painkiller.
No. No, it's
Were
not
we
good.
married yet?
No.
Okay.
We were engaged.
I had a retainer. Now you have a retainer.
I have braces.
Oh, that's right. Braces. I had braces. You have braces. Andrew says, I don't rerun mine. I just let it sit. There you go.
Yep.
Joanna's going to try coconut cream pie tomorrow.
Yay.
Evelyn says, no, Shauna. With the Blairs. Theo Simple said, did you like the movie Rad? Yes. That and what's the one with rollerblades? Rad was the one with BMX bikes.
I don't know.
Trying to remember what the rollerblade.
Should I Google it? Rollerblade movie.
Okay, let's see.
You said no?
Oh. The only one that we have left.
1986. Rollerblade? It's really called Rollerblade.
And I think it's Airborne.
Oh, 1993?
Yeah. Gleaming the Cube. No, it wasn't that. I think it was Airborne. Okay. Cindy had a really good question. Cindy wanted to know, how do you combine flavors? Is there a recipe?
Oh, well, we do have a bunch of recipes, but they're not really a recipe so much as it's just 2 flavors put together. So you can do half a scoop and half a scoop, right? Or a packet and a packet.
And then split it in half.
And then split it in half. Or like we were talking about earlier, if you put it in the blender, put multiple in the blender.
Yep.
That's a way you can do it.
Yeah.
Too.
So, and this page right here is just a bunch of recommendations of ones that people have tried.
Yeah, but look, it's from 2023. Oh my gosh, it feels like that was just yesterday. Sad.
And of all of these ones, you get down, it's like the very, very, very bottom one. There it is.
Why is mine last? That's the best one.
Because it was first.
Oh. 2021. Chocolate toffee and chocolate peanut butter.
Buttery fingers.
So good.
Are you swooning because it's so good?
I love it so much. Also, I'm having a hot flash right now.
Let's see. Tracy says, I think that's one of the most romantic thing a guy can do. Hold your hair while you throw up.
Yeah, he was the best. He actually also shaved my legs when I was pregnant with all the kids.
And painted your
And my
toenails,
toenails.
when you were pregnant.
Because I didn't want to go to the hospital and not have cute toenails. And when I had the twins, I was big. Big.
Storm Chasing Gal says, Butterfingers is so good.
So good.
Brenda's here from South Carolina.
Hey.
Keto Simple says, a rainbow sherbet salty would be absolutely killer.
That does sound good.
Orange, lime, and raspberry.
I think my eyes are worse. I think I need to get a new prescription because
Evelyn
it's like
says-
really, really blurry.
Everyone says, I'm sad that maple waffle is a fall flavor. I like it all year round, but any of them can be waffles.
True that.
Yeah, well, and, the thing is, the maple waffle right now, it's not selling very well. Like, it's sold
Really
awesome
good
when
when
we
we
first
got
got
it. Yeah.
sold great through January. We got
For
to
me, so.
February, and it just kind of like.
Blah, blah, blah.
And so that's with all the fall flavors.
Oh, that's delicious.
I don't know if you guys also noticed. Miriam said permiso. That's something that I picked up when I lived in South America. There are actually 2 things I've passed on to my family now. One is Well, at least in Chile, if you say permiso, which is like, excuse me, or
May I have this? Yes.
it basically, you can do whatever you want. You say permiso, carte blanche. And also pointing with lips. I still do it to this day.
The kids do it mostly with their chin. Like,
Yeah. It's like, where is it? It's over there. I do it a lot more pronounced. I'm like,
yeah.
it's over there.
You haven't done it as much in the last 10 years.
I totally do.
Just not to me, I guess.
Well, it's usually when my hands are full.
Which is never when we're hanging out.
Yeah. Anyway, Nancy says, what are you drinking that is delicious?
Oh, it's just a Walmart sugar-free clear American orange cream.
Yep.
What's Chris's?
Yeah.
Me so.
Gingerbread says, Miriam, I call them power surges. Rockin' Keto Amy says, Pecan Sticky Bun should be a permanent flavor. I know that that's one
Power surge.
that will be up for discussion.
What one? Pecan Sticky Bun?
We need to, because we look at the different flavors and see how well they're selling, and if they are hitting the minimums to be able to be a permanent flavor or not. Well, because there's kind of like, there's several stages, and on our flavor availability page,
Yes.
we actually talk about this, that we'll introduce a new flavor like coconut cream pie, and then we will see how it sells. Depending on how it's received, we may say, well, it's not really selling very well. It was fun while it lasted, but whatever. We're not going to order it again. It may be this like, okay, that actually sold pretty good. Why don't we try bringing it back next season?
Yeah.
And see if it sells well again, or if it was just kind of a one-time thing. Then there's, well, that actually sold really well. That's like, a lot of people are liking that. Let's see if we bring it back. And maybe people can see us, because after it reconnects, it should upload what we were missing. But
us going like this?
Yeah. Anyway, we're back on. So it may be that we bring it back, but with bulk bags, if we're hitting the minimums for that. Or maybe we just bring it back as a permanent flavor and say, you know what, this is good enough, let's go.
Or we say, well, that was fun. We'll try something else.
Yeah, and that was the first one. With the, I actually have one right here. Banana bread.
Oh, yeah. It's over.
It didn't sell super well. It was fun.
It was fun.
But it didn't sell super well.
That picture is so pretty, though.
It is super pretty. But when we are doing our evaluations, like, we're planning the flavors and everything, like, anywhere from 6 months to 8 months ahead of time. And so we'll probably be evaluating and looking at the Pecan Sticky Bun. I know Serious Keto really wants it to be a permanent flavor, and I don't blame him.
Yeah?
It's a good flavor. It makes great chaffles.
I probably make that the most.
He actually got an order for like 3 big bags so that he can use it until it comes back around.
Oh, that's smart.
Keto Simple says the Fuji apple drinks are so good.
I know. I love those ones too.
Let's see. Sharon says, anyone tried making a maple waffle donut?
I haven't, but we do have a donut recipe on the site. That's really good, so you could do that.
Okay, did you write down what Serena said about Vioza? Okay. Visual Keto says, there's a reason that mag capsules are in an opaque container and electrolyte caps are in a clear. Yes. We had all of them made in the opaque containers with the Keto Chow branding.
Yep.
And strangely enough, the magnesium capsules aren't selling quite as well as the other ones.
Yep. Which is funny because we expected them to sell better.
Yeah. So as we have been transitioning stuff over to the new salty branding, we still have a lot of the old ones in the magnesium capsules in the white bottle with the old labels.
Yep.
And
that we're going to single-handedly use all by ourselves.
Probably. But until we sell through all those, they're going to still be in the old bottles.
So sad.
So that's the short version is we still have the old ones. We're going to sell them
and
rather
they're not
than throwing
old.
them away.
They're still good.
Yeah, they're totally
They just
good.
haven't been updated yet.
Nancy says, Pecan Sticky Bun makes the most amazing coffee cake.
Nice.
It's our family staple. Then I will also use it in the sausage soup.
Ooh.
If I'm out of the one that goes in there. Yeah,
That's
the
so good.
pumpkin sausage soup. Jennifer is talking to Dustin. The Fuji Apple Clear American is great. Evelyn says we need a sour green apple or caramel apple
Yeah,
with
that
no
would be
cinnamon.
good.
And now we need pineapple. Upside down cake.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Gingerbread says, I love that hot flashes are a side effect of Vioza. Like, you're supposed to cure that, not cause that.
Weird.
Well, and it's like you see the ads for the depression medication.
Yeah.
And it says it may cause depression. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And we've seen that. Like, one of our kids was on one that made her more depressed, and I'm like, that's not working.
Lady First Satyr says, does the flavor get more points for its permanency if we order frequently or if we order the same number all at once? So it's just
Yeah, it
based
doesn't matter.
on
Just sales in general.
average monthly sales over a period.
Yeah.
So, and we're just kind of looking at it holistically, and it's more, can we meet the minimum order quantities
Yeah.
for the
manufacturer.
So,
And we could keep everything if we wanted to, but we just need to be smart and not to.
well, and some of the flavors, if we order them in the quantities to keep them permanent, like we're talking 2 or 3 years worth of stuff.
Yeah, we don't want that.
So, if we do that, then we're not coming out with any new flavors. So,
Yeah.
which do you want? Do you want to keep existing flavors forever, or do you want to transition
New
them
hotness.
out and make new ones?
Yay!
So I think people are on the side of they want new flavors.
Something new.
So that's what we're going for. Amy just ordered a big bag of pecan sticky bun.
Yay!
Nice. Crystal Harris is here.
Hey, Crystal.
Oh, getting coconut cream pie tomorrow.
Yay.
Nancy says, or bring the opaque bottles to the cruise and giveaways.
It's a good idea.
We don't have enough luggage space. It's
I know. I could just
pallets.
leave a kid at home and we could put it in their place.
John says the rollerblade movie was Solar Babies.
Oh, there we go.
And John says, what kind of magnesium do you use in the capsules? It is magnesium chloride.
Yep.
So it's what occurs naturally when plants and animals use magnesium, and then it goes through the environment. The magnesium malate, magnesium orate, magnesium taurate, glycinate, those do not occur naturally. You can make them in a lab, and they work extremely well.
Yeah, they're attached to amino acid.
So you kind of have 3 classes of magnesium. Magnesium oxide, which is junk. It's white paint. Magnesium citrate, which works pretty well, but it's used for colonoscopy prep because it makes you go to the bathroom.
Yep, which is great.
And then you have magnesium chloride, which is fine, as well as the magnesium malate, orotate,
All
glycinate.
of the ones that are attached to that.
And a lot of times people will
They're good.
say that to use a specific type of magnesium for a particular thing,
yeah, that's not a
that
thing.
is not based on actual science.
You're using magnesium in general for the particular thing, is what
Yes.
it is. It's not a particular magnesium for a particular thing.
It's kind of like, is grass-fed, grass-finished beef the best thing ever? Well, I mean, it's fine if you like that flavor, but beef
Is good.
is great.
Beef is just plain good.
So are particular types of magnesium better? Well, as long as you don't get the bad stuff, then the stuff that works good, it's magnesium. It's amazing. Great, go for it. So that's the magnesium that we're using because it occurs naturally. In fact, in salty, we don't even have to add magnesium because it's just in there with the salt, which is awesome.
So awesome.
Evelyn wants it all.
I want
Laketa
it all
wants
too.
black licorice.
I know, I'm sorry. It's so sad.
Dustin wants Snapple apple.
Ah, that's funny. I don't remember what that tastes like.
I've never had Snapple before.
I don't know if I...
Add tea in it.
Oh, that's why. That's
Yeah.
why I never
I'm not a
had
fan
it.
of tea. Okay, so you gotta spill it. Spill
All right, did we say all the words?
We did indeed.
Okay, we
Got
can
through
go
all
then.
the stuff. Yeah. So everybody, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
This was a fun thing. We will be here next week
Yeah.
on Tuesday,
Tuesday.
hanging out, talking about stuff
Talking about stuff.
and things.
Please feel free to try the coconut cream. Let us know what you think when you try it.
Indeed. And it is a little on the
It's mild.
it's on the mild side. The coconut isn't super strong.
But it's good.
You can always add some coconut oil.
And if you make it with butter, the flavor comes through stronger.
A lot stronger. So anyway, have a great night. Thanks.
Bye.